giving advice to my teenage self, because honestly, why not? It's totally useless at this point. But you know, it's okay. Some of you are still teenagers out there. Yes, please drive by right when I'm filming, because the world revolves around me. Oh, you thought I was lying when I said the world revolves around me? Well, me, the world, it revolves around me. Just saying. Oh my god, do you guys like my bra strap? Anyways, let's start with middle school, okay? So the first tip I would give to my middle school self is probably to be nicer, okay? Like, I was such a bitch, but also it was like one of those funny bitches, but like not really funny. It's like, you know, there's a very thin, like, it's like I was like mean to people, but like the weird, like mean, like funny mean type of thing where you just like roast people, but like everyone knows that you don't mean it. But also that's like a very thin line where it's like people don't know you're meaning it, but like there's certain things you can say where it's like, are you sure you don't mean it at this point? You know what I mean? Like, it's like personal attacks on people. And I just feel like if the only way you can be funny is by personally attacking people, then you're probably not funny. So, yeah, I would definitely advise my middle school self to just be nicer, okay? Because like that's like a very thin line of where it's like humor and it's just straight up being mean. It's like a fucking tightrope. So like, get the fuck off it. Like, you can't do that, okay? You're a clown, but like you can't walk the tightrope, because clowns don't walk the tightropes. Acrobats do. You're not an acrobat. You just can't do that. Just be nicer. Like, literally, just be nicer. Like, I swear to God, there was this like one girl that was like so nice, and I was just like, damn, like, I don't know. I just remember this one girl. She was like hella nice. And this one day, like, I like threw this pen at this girl. Okay, so I explained this story really bad because I was like doing it really quick and like being super passionate, just like whatever. But like the girl that I threw the pen at was like a different girl, and the nice girl, like the nicest girl at the school, comes in later, and you'll see. So yeah. And like we were just like, it was because like we were just like play fighting, okay? And we were just like play fighting, and she like kicked me under the desk or whatever, like just like my foot or whatever, and then I took a pen and I threw it at her, and like it hit like right over here, like under her nose, and she started bleeding. I was like, what the fuck? Like, of course this had to happen to me. You kick me, no bruise shows up, nothing ever happens. But the second I throw a pen at you, suddenly you start bleeding. And so this girl got mad at me for like that. It was like a Friday afternoon or whatever. And so like she like we were in science class. She's like sat across from me in science class. And so the bell rang, and then she got her violin. She went to orchestra. I was also in orchestra, so I was walking down the orchestra. And she had like a tissue. She was like dabbing the blood, because somehow a fucking pen tip like put a hole in her face that literally the blood would not stop rushing from. Whatever. I don't know why I'm going into this story, but I really need to tell you. And it's about the really nice girl I'm talking about that's like super nice in middle school, whatever. Anyway, so she was like walking down to orchestra, and she was like walking down the auditorium. She was in front of me. I was like staying away from her because like she didn't want to talk to me. So I was like, okay, let me just like give her some space, you know. It's like a very fresh bone, because she's literally still bleeding, and she had like this tissue like dabbing her face. And then so this other girl was already setting up her violin, and she saw this girl dabbing her face, and she's like, oh my god, what happened to you? And then she was like, oh, Pooja just threw this pen at me. And then that nice girl like comes up walking to me. She's like, why do you always have to be so mean, Pooja? And I was just like, I didn't mean it, okay? Like, I didn't do it on purpose, okay? I'm sorry. But like she was like literally the nicest girl at school, and she would never be mean to you. So imagine the nicest girl at school coming up to him being like, why do you have to be so mean, Pooja? So like, yeah, that was like 7 years ago, and I'm still talking about it. So like, you know, it's definitely stuck with me. So I would just say, be nicer. Just be nicer. It's not that hard. Just be nicer. The second tip that I would give to my middle school self is to just tell people you like them. It's middle school, like nothing is gonna happen. And even if it's embarrassing right now, it'll just be a funny story later, okay? Nothing will haunt you more than unexpressed feelings. But that's just my opinion. If you don't want to, and if you're not comfortable, that's okay. Like, keep it to yourself. But like, you know, if it's like it's a very tiny leap of faith, okay? It's middle school. Middle school. Just tell them you like them, okay? And if you want someone, it doesn't have to be like someone you're like romantically interested in. If you like want to be friends with someone, just go ask them, okay? Like, just ask them. Like, it's okay. Like, these are the type of things you should kind of push yourself out of your comfort zone to do. But obviously, that's just my opinion. Like, if you really don't feel comfortable asking someone whether, like, if you want to be friends, well, you know, it's really your choice. But I say, like, just try to find a healthy balance between like pushing yourself and then also respecting your own boundaries. So yeah, but yeah, definitely just be honest about your feelings, and yeah, it just makes you more authentic. And yeah, I think like the second I just like put myself out there, started talking more, because in 6th grade I used to like literally never talk, but then by 8th grade I was just like talking to like 10 different friend groups. And I don't know, I was always like that one traveling friend that just like at lunchtime she like travels around to like a bunch of different groups and just talks to them for like 5 minutes over here, 10 minutes over there, and like whatever, you know. I was that person. It's not like I didn't have any solid friends, I did, but like, you know, I was also like one of those travelers. So, you know. And the last and third tip I have for my middle school self is to, you know, you are always gonna be cringe, so literally just start the YouTube channel. Like, literally just start the YouTube channel. It's like, girl, like right now, I'll make a video and I think it's so perfect. I'll upload it. I'll literally think I'm Casey Neistat. Less than a week later, I want to submit my video to like a cringe compilation channel, because that's how cringe I find it. Like, literally, it's like, I feel like my content expires so quick, or like not expires, but like I change so much. Like, literally I have a different personality every week. It's like I'm already cringe to myself in like 24 hours. Like sometimes, I mean, not 24 hours. How long is a week? How many hours? Is it 144? I don't know. Don't make fun of me. Anyways, please be nice to me. I'm like really sensitive or whatever. I don't know what I was waiting for when I was in middle school. Like, I don't know if I was like waiting for some sort of glow up. Because honestly, girl, if that's what you're waiting for, you're not gonna get it. Look at me. You're not gonna get it, so just make the videos, okay? And if you're worried about what people are gonna think, trust me, like literally, you are not gonna care in a few years because you're gonna move and they're gonna unfollow you, you're gonna unfollow them, and it's nothing personal, okay? People just move on. And so basically all that time you just like sat on your butt, you know, worrying about other people's opinions. Like those people aren't even in your life anymore. And it's like you could have spent all that time just creating what you wanted to create. And you know, that work would have lasted, but like what other people thought about you is not going to last because you're not going to care about it. You know what I mean? So just like go out there and do what you need to do, or like do what you want to do, and just, you know, but it's okay. You know what? Like I feel like it's not okay for us to like beat up our old self. So it's like maybe I wasn't meant to start a channel back then, and so I'm not going to beat up myself for like not starting the channel back then just because like, you know, maybe it just wasn't meant to be, okay? People are young, people are stupid, they don't do things they're supposed to just because they're scared of what other people are going to think. But, you know, and, you know, I'm not going to be mad at my younger self, but I'm just not going to let myself ever pull that shit again because I'm too scared of what people are going to think, okay? I mean, obviously I still will, but like, I'm going to try not to do as much, okay? Because I'm still human. I know you all think I'm like superhuman, like super hot or whatever, but like, you know, I'm still human. So yeah, that's, I guess, the most advice I have in my middle school stuff. You know, I was watching this video by Bethany What Up, honestly, queen of YouTube, always go back to her. And someone asked her the same question, like, what advice would you give to like your younger self? And she was like, oh my God, so many things, but also nothing at all.
Advice you would give to your younger self. Oh my God, like so many things, but then also kind of nothing at all, you know?
And I like resonated with that so much because it's like, sorry, I'm spitting on you. I'm so sorry, I'm spitting on you. I'm just like really passionate. Anyway, she was like, also nothing at all. And when she said that, like my mind literally blew. I was like, exactly, like, of course, like, there's things I've done in my life that, like, I wish I didn't do them, but also it's like, I wouldn't be the person that I am, like, I wouldn't have the insight that I am if I didn't make those mistakes, you know what I mean? So, like, basically, I wouldn't give my past self so much advice, but there's, like, you know, some guidelines that are, like, good to give, you know? So, yeah, that's just it. So now, let's get into high school. What advice would I give to my high school self? Okay, so the number one advice I would give to my high school self is to stop being so aggressive. Okay, like, you are allowed to have your own opinions, but so are other people, okay? And I know that you think you have amazing taste in movies, TV shows, music, whatever. You're allowed to have that, but like, you don't get to judge other people's opinions of that, okay? Like, I don't know why in high school I was like, this was mostly just in 11th grade. Like, I was like kind of a judgmental bitch in like 9th and 10th grade. I used to like always like be like, ew, to my best friend who was like listening to that. I mean, I wasn't like super mean or anything. I was just like, you're listening to that, and then she'd be like, you're listening to that, and like we were just like play fighting or whatever. But like, I don't know. I just feel like once again, I should have just been a little bit nicer. I wasn't like totally rude. Like I wouldn't like control people and tell them what to do. But it's like I would try so hard to get people into the things that I was into just because I wanted them to enjoy the same thing. And it's just like, just let people have their own things, okay? And I get what you're trying to do. Like, you just want to share something that you love to other people. But if they don't want to, like, why, don't force it down their throats. You know what I mean? Like, don't force it down their throats. But, like, also, you're allowed to talk about what you like with your friends. And I feel like if they're good friends, they're going to listen. But also, you should listen. Exactly. If you're a good friend, if you want to be a good friend, listen to your friends talk about their interests instead of, like, trying to force your interests down their throat, if that makes sense. I'm so sorry. I feel like I should go back to the scripting thing. Because when I do this, it's like I stutter so much. But, like, I didn't realize that I stutter so much. And it's like, I feel like I also talk with, like, not like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like I feel like I talk with like so much spit in my mouth, so like you can kind of like, there's like, you know, it's like that, it's like there's nothing wrong with it, but like, you know, yeah, okay. My mouth hurts. I'd be like talking so aggressively. Okay, so the second piece of advice I'd give to my high school self is to just exercise more and be more active. And obviously, it's never too late to do that, but like obviously, I would say like starting off at a young age would probably make it like easier to make it a lifelong habit or whatever. And yeah, just like try to play a sport. I feel like sports are way more fun. And also like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm not like super competitive or anything, but obviously I want to like try to win. Like it's okay if I lose. So obviously you have like an incentive to go play a sport. And I used to do badminton in like 10th grade. And then in 11th grade, I like moved to the city, and then I started going to like a really like crazy high school. And like literally we would be inside from, I kid you not, like 9:30 or like 9 o'clock to like 5:30, like inside. And I'm pretty sure that's when like my like vitamin D levels like completely plummeted. Y'all know that vitamin D is very important to me on this channel. Anyway, there's not a single video where I don't mention vitamin D. I just don't want my bones cracking, y'all. Okay, anyways, yeah, so I would just say like try to exercise more. I'm trying to get back into it, obviously, because of quarantine we've been stuck inside, but also that's like really not an excuse because like I just don't go outside anymore. Like it's just weird, okay? Like I don't know, but if you put on a mask, I feel like you can kind of go outside a little bit anymore. Like make sure you still like sanitize and like wash your hands, wash your feet, take a shower, change your clothes, wash your mask and all that stuff. But like you're allowed to take walks, I think, at this point in time. Maybe not like last year, but like now. I mean, people were doing it last year too. But like, okay, yeah. Just exercise more, okay? I don't know what I'm saying at this point. Anyways, and the last and final tip that I would give to my high school self, the third one, my high school self, is to choose your path and don't feel guilty for doing it. I feel like I don't even know what it is. I have this raging sense of guilt, like for doing what I like, and I don't know. I guess that kind of has to do a little bit with my upbringing or whatever, and just like factors that are like personal to me. But like I feel like a lot of people feel guilty. Like you're always trying to please other people, right? Like you need to stop doing that because like sometimes like you're being like it sucks, but like we're being forced to make a ton of decisions at a young age that are gonna affect us for the rest of your life. Obviously, you can always switch your life around, do whatever you want to, and like there's no such thing as like being like that you're stuck in one path once you take it. But like you know, if you have the chance to get it right the first time around, like why not try to do it? You know what I mean? So like make choices according to you and what you're feeling at the time. Obviously, if you change your mind later on, that's okay. But you're gonna regret it if you make choices for someone else right now. And so obviously I feel like it's like I'm giving like vague advice, but like it's like I feel like okay, what's an example? Like obviously like picking your college major at the end of high school. Like this is more of end of high school advice, I guess. But like, sir, recording a video, please. Thank you. Anyways, so it's like choose your college major, okay? And like I know there's like a lot of hate against like some people like college majors that I guess are not gonna support you economically like once you're done, but then and so their parents force them to do things that they completely hate. And I guess it's like I don't know what to say because like sometimes I can kind of see where the parents are coming from, but also it's like I don't know. I feel like if you have a passion, you can do anything about it. But also like you want to be realistic. You know what I mean? I do like understand the whole side of the argument that oh my god, why won't the dog stop barking? Now it stops. I swear to God, I was gonna start in like 2 seconds again. Anyways, yeah, like I guess like try to like find a balance or like prove to your parents. I'm not saying you shouldn't have to, but like I guess if your parents are supporting you financially, you have to prove to them that you doing what you like is like it's gonna be okay because you can take care of yourself and you can manage yourself financially. But like also it's like don't feel guilty and feel like you have to prove yourself if you choose your own path. Okay, just like choose your own path unapologetically. And if it doesn't work out, you don't have to be embarrassed. Like oh, I didn't listen to my parents. Like I should have done what they said. Like no, it's okay. Like people make mistakes. That's the whole point of life. Whatever. So yeah, just do what you want to do as long as it's not like illegal. You know, like don't murder people. And like just because you're not. If you're not 18, it's still illegal, okay? Just because you're a minor doesn't mean you can murder someone. That's okay. Like, okay. Just go where your heart leads. I don't want to be like that bitch. That corny bitch. Actually, I do want to be that corny bitch. Why not? Go where your heart goes. Or feels like it wants to go. You know what I mean? If you can. Try as hard as you can. Yeah, I just feel like people need to stop feeling guilty for doing what they like. And I don't know. That's really it. My mouth hurts. I'm going to stop talking. I actually feel bad because that dog actually stopped barking once I yelled at it, but I don't see it, so I don't know if it heard me. I'm like, okay.